What's up, everybody? Look at this. So my glasses, I was wearing them to trigger the glass person. Some people said they like the glass. I have no need to wear. So these are more computer screen glasses. I don't really need them, but I said, hey, I'm going to put them on because somebody said, hey, they liked them last time. And then other people said they didn't like them, right? But then they said they're orange glasses, or red glasses, but they're really orange. And guess what? It actually matches. I think that's, wait, that's red. I don't know. Now I'm all confused. The color of the screen, it actually looks orange. It looks orange from when I'm doing this. Anyways, I'm going to put them back on. What's up, everybody? Things are getting nutty out there. So I figured to open it up for a therapy session now. I see that there's lots of therapists that are doing, let me see. Let me do this here. Therapy sessions. My therapist is allowing me to do home sessions as well, right? So maybe we can test this out. It's virtual. And then I had another friend that said they'd like to experiment on me and see if I can be an experiment for them. So I might get some extra therapy. So pay it forward, right? Maybe I could be some therapy for you guys. Not official, right? I don't want to get in trouble because I'm not a medical professional, but there's some rough times out there. So maybe you can say, hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm XYZ, not doing so well. Maybe you just need a friend. I can't give you a hug, but here's a perfect, guys, is this not perfect social distancing, right? We are far, I can't touch you from here, but I can virtually touch you, right? Ball is life. You were up 50% on your Tesla debit spread Friday and couldn't close even when I put the price 20 below the bid. I'm so pissed. Oh man, dang. Were you the one that was telling me about Tesla that you were going to buy at 350? I was mentioning, I don't know if you were on, I was talking about it yesterday that Tesla went up to, what was it, like 470 or something like that? I think it was 470. Was it you the other day, a couple days ago, that said 350 you were going to buy at on the dip? Guys, remind me to tell you something. I have something funny if I forget. Wasn't you? Screw it. I'm going to tell you this now because I don't want to forget. This is really funny. So we've been talking about, I actually think I'm going to get some new, now that I'm in a rhythm here, I'm practicing my comedic sets. I think I'm going to get some new props. So stay tuned. I might have some props coming. Technically, I only have one prop going right now. We have this guy right here. Hello, American people. So that's President Trump. Who knows? Maybe there might be some more people joining us, right? Got to make sure. I'm not going to say who. There could be more people that pay a visit. But anyways, we've been talking about our friend, Governor Cuomo, right? My Italian friend. I can say that again, not being insensitive. I'm Italian. But my name is with an EN, not an AN. But I am still Sicilian. I am a quarter Sicilian. But people spell my name with an AN, and it's really an EN. It's French. Anyways, so guys, this is really funny. I got to admit, I totally forgot to tell you this. What's up, Jerry? So is it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday or the day before? This is great. Governor Cuomo was talking about now is a great time to start practicing our 3-word sentences, I believe, right? So it was actually a very sentimental thing. It was really nice. It was like, where we could practice talking about, I miss you and I love you. And then he just kind of went into, we'll go with it here. So it was like, I don't know, this is not the exact words, I don't think, but it was just kind of like this. Now's our time to practice 3-word sentences. Like, I miss you. I love you. I wish I could give you a hug right now. I wish you weren't so far away. And then my brain's thinking, very nice, but that's not a 3-word sentence. Now you're starting to go a little bit further, right? So I was thinking about that today. It gave me a chuckle. I forgot to mention that to you guys. There was the 3-word sentences, and then it kind of went further. And I was like, oh, that was kind of funny, right? So then this guy could go, so Mr. President, do you want to practice your 1-word sentences? I would love to. Bigly. Huge. I'm the greatest president of all time. Mr. President, that was more than one word. I have the best economy in the world. How about one word sentences, Mr. President? Economy. You I don't know. Anyways, but I thought the Governor Cuomo thing was pretty funny. And now I see today it's trending on Twitter. Governor Cuomo is trending as people want him as president now. He's people love him. They want him as president. I think let's see if it's still trending on Twitter now. I know he was trending. And I don't know. I see something. Nope, not anymore. I don't know. Maybe Twitter's very quick, right? So, oh yeah, I could say one word sentence, Mr. President. China. So what was I going to say? Quarantine is life. Everybody's in quarantine. I'm probably going to be one of those ones too, guys. Not going to lie. It's a Saturday. Normally I'd be doing Saturday things, which is really pretty much my life in quarantine. Not much. I don't really do much. I kind of stay home anyway, but then when you're telling me I got to stay home, then now I get a little bit weird. So not much happened today, which could be a good thing. There was a press conference, questions that came out today. Not a lot of information. It's pretty much the same old stuff. I did see Jersey. I think Jersey's now going to be shut down. Connecticut shut down. New York, California. I heard something about Texas. I'm not sure. I don't know if Texas is not a mandatory, but it's more of a, hey, I don't know. Remember, Governor Cuomo says words matter. Remember, guys, words matter, which actually makes sense. I'm joking, but they actually do matter. So if you say quarantine compared to pause, we talked about pause yesterday. Pause, shelter in place, makes you feel a little bit better, rather than quarantine. Ouch. Your crown came off yesterday, broke another tooth, and now no dentist. Still fighting. That is not good. That's definitely not good. Speaking of which, I can't see in here. I actually say, right there, I chipped my tooth a few weeks back, and I did it because I bite my fingernails. And this is like the second time it happened now. I bit my fingernail and it chipped my tooth. But now it's kind of worn in a little. I didn't get it fixed before the coronavirus hit. So that kind of stinks. Now I gotta wait. Big deal, right? It's not a crown. So I'm showing you my problems, but I would prefer not to have my crown hurt. Another first world problem. Here's my problems today. You know what I did today? I burnt my pancakes and my bacon. You could say, you're a jerk. Why are you talking about burning your pancakes and bacon? That was my problem today. I normally don't make pancakes and bacon because I usually don't eat breakfast very often. But now, because it's probably the end of the world and we're all going to die, hopefully not, now I got a sudden urge to make breakfast because I'm not supposed to go out and get breakfast. So I bought some Costco pancakes, which were actually kind of delightful. They're pretty decent. And I went to the bacon aisle after I broke my quarantine. I don't know, was it yesterday or the day before? I didn't technically break my quarantine because we weren't under one yet. Or it's the pause of the shelter in place, one of those things. And then I went to the bacon aisle and I could have chose between Oscar Mayer and then they had humanely killed bacon. So I chose to take that because I felt that would have been a better fit. It looked like better quality bacon. I made that today. And I don't guys, this is a big debate. This is like Democrat, Republican, right? Crispy bacon or what do you call it? Non-crispy. I'm a fan, guys. I don't know about you guys. What's up, Eswin? USMC. I didn't want to burn my bacon. That's the thing. But there's a lot of people that love burnt bacon. Just kind of like the hot dog debate. Do you like your hot dogs burnt or do you like your hot dogs not burnt? I don't like my hot dogs burnt. just like my bacon, I like it chewy. That's what I like, chewy bacon. I don't know what the heck I was doing. I got my frying pan going. I could probably cook more if I wanted to, but I wanted to eat quickly because I was waiting for the presser to come on. And then I literally put my bacon in there. It sizzled all up. My pancakes, immediately, you put the pancake right in the fryer, the frying pan, it literally burnt right away. My pancakes almost burned. It was like not the way I would have done it. Kind of like my pizza. My last pizza about a week ago. It might not be my last pizza because I'm still debating whether I should get a pizza tonight. So I'm thinking, because technically, which is great, they could you can still get pizzas nowadays if they can deliver, but I'm not going to have it delivered. I'm probably going to go get it curbside so where they can bring it out to me, right? So I might do that. But then I'm kind of like, people are telling me not to waste my food, and now I do feel like a jerk because I'm the worst person at wasting food. I always buy food and then I always waste it. Now I feel like an extra jerk, like especially these times. I don't want to buy the food and not eat it and waste it. And now, like, you're a jerk. There's been several people telling me not to waste it. Internally in my heart too, I'm like, I don't want to waste this either. But the problem is, right? So used to getting a pizza. Now I can't get a pizza. It's not good. What made you want to start this channel? Well, this channel is for our business, The Bullish Bears. So this is a stock market channel typically. And now, got to roll with the times, right, guys? There's Apple is now making face masks. Bullish Bears, we do stock market. Now I'm doing therapy channel, right? This is not official therapy. I'm in self-quarantine, so I'm trying to be a human being, right? So I feel like I talk to you guys. It's kind of like a therapy session more for me, right? So it's when you're stuck in the house. I could go out. I went outside for 2 walks today, but now what do? I either listen to the news or watch something with Netflix or no sports. So now you talk to people through social distancing. So now we opened it up. So this is not a therapy channel. I don't want to get in trouble or my hand slapped for that. But if you would like to vent, I will listen. I'm a good listener, or I try to be. So what's up, guys? Burnt bacon, non-burnt bacon, how things going? I talked to some people I know today, and things are starting to get rough for a lot of people. Things are starting to get really challenging for a lot of people. Other business owners I know that they're just getting hammered right now. What are you guys seeing out there? Where are you guys from? What are you guys noticing? I really have a good idea, by the way, with these skits. I got to order them today. Thank you for Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. We love you, Amazon. Everybody's quiet today. I don't know if it's Saturday. Got the blues. Looked like the Italian doctor today. He didn't seem as upset. I was telling you guys, the Italian doctor guy seemed like there was something going on, but now, I don't know. Maybe they had a discussion, a healthy discussion, and then he didn't seem as upset today. I don't know if he was upset. I just thought he may have looked upset the other day. Would I recommend shorting ETFs like SPY or buying inverted ETFs like or neither? Well, it's kind of your preference. Right now, a SPY, so that's the whole thing, guys, with so perfect example with, that's what I want to talk to you guys. The dip, right? We keep talking about the dip, right? Remember I told you guys I get a little bit annoyed. When should you buy the dip? Kind of like when you keep asking him every day, what should you tell people out there that are panicking right now? And he gets a little ticked off. Right. We talked about that yesterday. So anyways, I was saying that with you guys, or with the dip, because we're at kind of this pivotal time right now. So, so with SPY, I have SPY pulled up right now. On a daily, you have a massive falling wedge right at like massive support. So now, let's think logically. Right now, they're working on stimulus packages right now, right? So they're working on, I'm hearing numbers even now today, it was up to $1 trillion. Now I'm hearing $2 to $3 trillion stimulus packages. Guys, that's numbers I I can't even fathom that, right? So if you have that type of stimulus packages that come out, I mean, who knows with the stock market? Typically, when you do something like that, I wouldn't see the stock market shooting up or skyrocketing from that. So I look at the charts, right? So I look at the news. Remember I was telling you guys, right? Separate emotions with try to, right? You have an emotional like F Trump, I hate Trump, but then you want your 401k to go up. So what do you want to do? How do you do it? You want Bernie, you love Bernie, you hate Trump, you have a 401k, all the emotions, president's not doing things right, but you have this and this, that. So all these emotions, and then you're like, you have to make decisions, right? So you got to kind of take those emotions out, look at them. And then when it comes into trading, now how does that go into trading, right? So you have all these good and bad emotions. You look at the charts and now you'd say, what does the charts say, right? So, so I say that with the charts are looking terrible right now. Could they bounce out? Sure. I don't know what will do that unless you get some type of cure or some major, what I'm thinking logically, again, completely wrong. They talk about all these things and tax cuts and the feds and lower the rates and all that, and the stock market keeps falling. Typically, the market would go up from that. Now the market's tanking, and now you're talking these huge stimulus packages, right? So now I look at the charts with that, and I would say, first of all, I'd look going into Monday, this thing could really fall. So you could go short, or buy puts or whatever type. Again, guys, this is where I'm not trying to ramble too much. Well, we are a stock company, so I am going to talk stocks as well. So when people have questions about stocks, if you don't like it, that's okay. I'm going to still talk about it because we are a trading company. So there's many different trading strategies that you can do. There's things like with, you can short the market, right? Some people will short stocks if they have enough capital. Then there's things like options where you can buy things like puts. You can buy a naked put on the way down. You could buy a naked call on the way up. Again, so that's more riskier, right? So risk reward. Then there's things like credit spreads. You can sell credit spreads that are more in your favor. So you can become an options seller. So there's, there's lower risk, lower reward on that, but that's a very popular strategy that you can do. So those are things that we teach in our service, and we have our courses. So if you're new, if you head to our website, bullishbears.com, you can take our free courses and learn. We have live trading room each day as well. So we have several of us. There's myself, Dan. I haven't been streaming much lately. I've been doing more of this stuff, but excuse me, guys. No corona yet, hopefully. I just have allergies. So that's not whatever. I make those jokes. If you don't like them, I'm sorry. There's Dan, there's Angel, there's Sig, there's Rose, there's Creed. So we have several different streamers. So if you guys, probably a lot more people will be at home a lot more lately. And if you haven't checked us out yet, we have a 14-day trial you can take on our website and watch us. And we're streaming the markets good and bad every day. So every day we have a morning stream and an afternoon stream, and we show all the different markets and different strategies. So again, we have all different styles. So we actually just posted a futures course too. So, so you can do SPY, you can do inverse ETFs. There's also futures, right? Futures is another great way. There's E-mini futures and micro futures, right? So, the ES, or if you're trading the E-mini futures, it requires a larger capital amount for margin. So higher risk, higher reward. Micros require less capital, and they're great for growing a small account. So if you're brand new and you want to start learning trading and you don't want to go into things like penny stocks, these micro futures are incredible. And it's a great way to grow your account. And you're basically trading the chart of the market. Basically, it's like whatever you want to call it, the SPY, the ES. It's similar, very similar charts. The most reliable pattern. So now is a great time, guys. This is where my advice to people that right now, again, we're a trading company. My advice to you isn't, hey, come buy the stock. Hey, come buy our stuff. We're very economically priced. We're not trying to price gouge people. We give a lot of services away and we teach a lot each day for free. But the biggest advice I can tell people right now, if you don't know what you're doing, is hold your money. Hold your money. There will always be a time to buy, even if this thing skyrockets or tanks further. There's always different strategies that you can learn in the market. So save your money and learn first. Study first, learn these patterns, because this is a skill set. What people don't understand many of times is a lot of people think trading is like gambling, right? You traders, you stock traders, you guys are gamblers, right? Us financial advisors, we're the smart ones. We know what to do with your money. And then I say, oh yeah, what'd you do with my money back in December when I'm 41 years old and you're risky, right? And risky funds. Oh, I could have never seen that coming. And then this guy says, well, I did. I showed you on the charts. I showed you guys. Oops. Sorry. The market recover. Oops. Actually, no, sorry. Don't worry. Don't panic. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep saying that stuff. It really frustrates me because it's such horse, you know what. Got to learn the charts. So when I say that, the great news in all of this, so if you've experienced pain from all this, I'm sorry. It sucks. It's horrible. The good news is you can learn a skill set, though, starting today or moving forward, that you can have for the rest of your life. So, when you learn the stock charts, you can trade, right? So you can buy and sell stocks. You can learn things. So again, you can go long stocks, you can short stocks, you can do options, you can do things like futures, right? Several different strategies. But it's a matter of, you have to learn what your trading style and what your niche is first. A lot of people come in and they get gung ho. They think right away they want to do penny stocks, and then they'll move into things like options. Then a lot of them don't even realize anything about futures and how futures can be really good. Again, so there's several different ways. So with the market, you could do things again like you can day trade options, right? So you can day trade the SPY, you can day trade the QQQ, you could day trade futures, you can swing trade futures as well. Several different strategies, but I just want to set the expectation if you're new and stuff. There's no that's where I get triggered when people say, hey, should I buy now? Right? Friends will say, hey, should I buy Tesla right now? I'm like, do you understand the stock chart? Well, no, but should I buy Tesla? It's falling down. I'm like, well, and then look what happens, right? That's what so I don't know. I'm just rambling right now, but I'm trying to say my brain is foggy right now. I don't know if that helps. So it's a matter of your preference. Going back to the original question, it's a matter of whether you want to, short things like the SPY, or you can buy the inverted. It's really your preference. But just the whole thing is you have to know your entry and exits, right? And what strategy you're doing. Are you doing naked strategies? Are you doing debit spreads? Are you doing credit spreads? Stuff like that, right? And always make sure, we tell people, practice in a virtual account first. So a lot of people are just like, I got this money, I want to make money now, right? Open your virtual account, treat it like a real account, right? Thinkorswim has a great platform that has on-demand trading where you can go back to different dates and trade trade from that particular day in a virtual account, like you're trading the markets. Like today, when you're off on your when we're off in quarantine or pausing or self-distancing or whatever we're doing, you could practice paper trading, right? It's a matter of, guys, this is a great time to learn a skill set and develop a new, strategy that you can have the rest of your life. This is a career that you could this is something I want to set the right expectation. Trading can be a career for you. It isn't for most people, and it takes a lot of time and discipline. Like anything, though, right? If you want to be the greatest salesman or the greatest doctor or the greatest whatever in your field, real estate agent, you have to put the time and the effort in. You have to learn the skill set. But it over time, it's actually not that hard, because it's not like there's a lot. You learn, candlesticks, you learn patterns, you learn price action. Then you develop a skill set. Do you want to be a day trader, swing trader, long-term trader? Do you want to trade shares, options, futures? Find your niche, develop your risk management, and practice it over and over and over again. And the good news is that's, the technology seems to just keep getting better. So it's not like this is just going to go away, right? The stock market's, as far as I know, is not just going to go away, right? It's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go sideways. You can make money in all those different markets, right? So once you learn the strategies, that we teach with trading, that's when you can kind of match it up with things like your 401k and long-term investing. That's something I want to do. I have not been able to do yet is because I just been, my brain, like I try to tell you guys, I'm always singularly focused. But when I get some time and the dust settles with everything, I want to learn mutual funds myself, not so I could tell you guys what to buy and sell, because we don't do that, but so I can learn how to manage it, the 401ks myself, without having to rely on an advisor. So like I can understand, I can move it myself without having to call. I don't know that area yet. So I can see the charts, and if I can just do it myself, like I would with trading, right? I can buy a stock, I could trade futures, I can do an options contract, but right now, if I wanted to go manage my own 401k myself, I don't know how to do it. It may be simple. That's something I want to learn, so then I can teach it. So eventually then I can say, okay, hey, you want to grow a small account? Hey, here's how you can do micro futures or penny stocks or options. Here's how you can profit off of it. Take a little portion, then maybe put it into an IRA. Here's how you move the funds and do it yourself. So ideally, you can kind of learn how to trade, make money, then grow your account. And ideally, again, we're still huge proponents of having a financial advisor. That's just something that I'd like to learn myself, how those all the different mutual funds come together. So, all right. So what are you guys saying here? All this time at home makes me overtrade. I've been trading like a madman. Yeah, it gets a little bit crazy. That's where, again, guys, that's where maybe you want to step back a little bit, unless you have to rely on it. Maybe you just kind of go and do some paper trading and practice for a little bit and I always try to say, treat your paper trading account like you would a real account. Extremely, extremely important. Same shares, same risk management, all of that. See, that's what I would actually do, right, Adam? I would actually this is where I would get in trouble, right? Because I'm not very politically correct. So so he says, you should call your free trial the quarantine special. 2 weeks sounds about right. Or it could be 30-day quarantine. It may go to 30 days. Never heard of micro futures. Kind of like, here's how it's micro futures. I like relating e-mini futures are kind of like, you can almost liken it to the low float stock and the volatility, right? A low float penny stock, really volatile. Micros are kind of like trading a higher float penny stock, lower volatility. So you get, it's more risk, more reward with e-minis, less risk, less reward with micros, but you're doing the same thing. You're trading off the same charts. It's just, you make, it's, what is it with e-mini? I believe it's, my brain is foggy now. I think it's $50 for every 1 point move or $1 move in the, ES, and then I believe it's $5 for every 1 point or $1 move with the MES. Correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize. My brain is super foggy now if I'm off on that, but I believe that's right. So it's just, again, it's a great way. Micro futures, they came out about a year or so ago. They're amazing. They're a great way to grow a smaller account. Man, anybody else have I'm not trying to scare you guys, but my head's I'm sick, but I don't know if it's stress or what, but my head's a little cloudy. Anybody else getting I don't know if it's stress headaches or something, or a little bit weird? Should I grow it by Kroger now? LOL. What is Kroger? Let me see that one. Kroger, KR. Oh, wow. Look at that, huh? Might be doing an FU pattern now. It's a little bit volatile. Wow, that took off for sure. It's a little bit scary right now because it's caught in between those moving average lines. So you want to see, You want to get those lower candlesticks off moving average lines, ideally. Love your input and like the advice. Micros, great. I've been watching your training videos. Amazing. I learned a lot. Thank you very much. This is what happens, guys. I'm coming out and doing some face videos, having fun. I did have somebody that said unsubscribing the other day, right? Can't please everybody. Wait. So what I'm going to do, guys, if I add skits, make it universally appropriate. So if I find more skits, maybe, who knows? I have this guy here. Maybe somebody else will be over here. Maybe we can have some debates. So right now he's only looking at me. Very scary. I don't know. I can't tell from the mask if he likes me or he dislikes me. You're awesome. You're the best. You're the bestest trading company in the world. See, that was very nice. So what am I going to say? I can't say anything bad to that. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Please come to China. I don't know what I can say right now to that. I don't know what's my right answer to that question or to that. I love China. Have you personally used TOS on demand to paper trade? Yes, it's really good. I like it a lot. I see lots of requests to come to China. I mean, I can't. Am I allowed to go there now? Legit question, right? Is China accepting me to come in? And also, if I'm under self-quarantine or if I'm under pause, I don't know if I'm able to leave. I don't know what's appropriate anymore. I'm just going to stay hunkered in. I'm going to stay hunkered in with my food and practice social distancing. If I go to China, that breaks the social distancing rule, and I can't do that. I'd get in trouble for that. You say, I will take care of you. Are you rich? Maybe I'll reconsider. Gary says, oh man, that's awesome. Your bull flag video alone changed my trading, made me profitable. Thank you. That is awesome to hear. Guys, yeah, if you take those, I haven't figured out how to do this. When I'm in the middle of a screen, I can't really switch it over when I have it this way. I have to set up my stream originally where I'm sharing my charts. But it's kind of like when you get these, when you get think of like a bull flag as like the green candlestick, a big green candlestick going up. Let's see if you can see this, right? And then you have like maybe let's see if I wonder if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I can do this from a video camera. The little candlesticks coming back down. When you get little candlesticks off those moving average lines, you get on a breakout on one of those, you can ride that 9 strategy, so that 9 EMA, some people like the 13 EMA, depending which one you're using. But kind of like let the stock break out, pull back to those moving average lines, right? Moving average lines are not foolproof. They're just a really good support and resistance level to pay attention to. And you risk off the small candlesticks. That's why I tell people now with the markets and you see these things, or you look at Kroger with KR, you have big candlesticks. It's a lot more challenging when you're risking off big candlesticks instead of smaller ones. Like you'd look at, if there's an example of a good time frame, kind of back in August 16th of last year, there was kind of like a flag or a falling wedge there, and then it broke out, and it closed above the 9 EMA. You could erode it. So like you see when they're riding along that 9 EMA, the small candlesticks, but then now just everything's so huge and choppy. That's why it's just very, very difficult because there's so much volatility, right? Again, there's many different strategies that you could do to make money during this, but there's days where you get stuck. Maybe you don't go into a weekend holding a trade. You got to be careful because you don't know what kind of news comes out, like things like that. You need to learn swing trading because of your job, Dwayne. Well, that's what we'll teach you. We have lots of good swing traders in our group. We teach this is where swing trading takes a little bit more time, right? It takes a little bit more time to get into, unless you're just swing trading shares, right? But if you're doing other strategies like credit spreads or debit spreads or options in general, there's lots of different moving parts. But again, that's why we tell people just take time, learn. That's the best advice I can give you. We have all the resources. I mean, guys, if you don't even, if money's tight, I'm not making a joke about it. I was going to say, if you don't have any money, I'm not trying to be a wise ass. I'm just saying, like, if money's tight right now, we have a lot of free resources to help you. So if you don't have the money, create a free account with us. We have, I don't even know, 10 plus free courses. Literally, you can go to our website, but you'll see the header. I won't even put a link in this video. Go to Bullish Bears, go right to the homepage, create a free user account, and then you'll just get a username and a password, and you'll log into your account and just go up to our courses section, wherever it is above, and then start at the top and go through. It'll take you you'll have a lot of quarantine time to learn. And literally it won't cost you anything. If you don't want to pay or join or whatever, or things are tight, that's fine. And then if you want to, see what it's like real time and you have a little bit of money, again, we have a 14-day free trial. And our service is very inexpensive. We're about a little bit more than a cost of an Amazon membership for a yearly service. So we're very inexpensive to get everything all together. But understandably, if times are tough right now, if you don't have the money, take our free courses and learn. That's the best thing you could do. Learn. There's always a time to buy in the market. There's always something to buy. All right. Whoa. I see there's some comments. Guys, if you guys notice, if you guys pay attention to what I do, sometimes there's things I say, and then there's things I can't say. And then there's other times I tell you stories, and there's a message in between. There's reasons for that, right? You can't just say whatever you want nowadays, right? Because you get the hand slap, and I don't like my hand slaps, right? That's why we love everybody, and I love everything, and I love all platforms, right? So I do see how some people can post some things, and I could read them, and then I just might not be able to say them back. Wow. Interesting. I actually want to screenshot that one. So that's interesting. This is where I gotta be careful. So anyways, guys, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's a lot of let me come back present into my stream. What's my computer set up? What's my computer set up? The reflection looks like multi-screen. Yes, I have 4 monitors. I have a Asus, and there's this. It's way too bulky. This thing is like, it ain't moving. So that's where I'm kind of like, I'm cramped right now. It's not so easy. I have a 1-bedroom apartment. So like, I don't have like a lot of room or whatever. So I'm kind of like, I'm stuck here, but it works for me. And trust me, I am not a technical person. So if I break up anything of my stuff, I can't move. Right. So I have my great Yeti mic, which is great. And then I have this one screen, Asus 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 screens, and they're awesome. Some people like 2, or some people will get a big one and then they'll split. Don't ask me how to do it. That's a Dan thing. They'll get bigger screens and they'll split them up and do whatever they do with them. But if you're a trader, it's really helpful to at least have more than one monitor. But then again, that's if you're day trading, if you're actively looking, kind of stuff like that. If you're very on a budget, you're economical, or you're going to be a swing trader, like you were saying, Dwayne, then you could have just, a laptop or one screen, have your handful of favorite stocks you like to trade, learn what your skill set is that you want to do, and then decide, what type of trading strategy you're going to do. And then you can have one computer screen, check your trades at night. That's what Tim does a lot. Tim, guys, he's running those trade alerts that we're doing for everybody, and he still works a job. He might, I got to ask him, he might be doing a lot of those even on his phone, right? And he's killing it with his trade alerts. If you guys are following him, Tim's a long-term trader. So Dwayne, you should follow Tim in his stock alerts that he does. His strategy would probably be really good for you with your job. Dwayne says, you're like anyone in the world. You're unlike anyone in the world in my Trump voice. So let's do it. Lucian, you are unlike anyone in the world. Believe me. Thank you, Mr. President. There we go. Generally, people in the world of finance don't care about political correctness. We just want to laugh. The risks of offending us are negligible. That's good. I like that. You'd be surprised. I have ticked off some people. There was a person back in the day, and he said, and I can't disagree, and I don't mean it because I try to be funny and silly, but he made a comment and he said annoying arrogance, that I have annoying arrogance. And I was like, do I feel salted by that or do I want to laugh? So he said I have annoying arrogance. So I don't know, maybe I do. Well, see, I don't know if it's perfect. You have yet to see TOS on demand keep track of orders with correct price entries. How do you get it to work? Maybe I'm not paying attention to it more like, all right. So like the way I've used it, so, I'm not like 100%. I kind of go into like the flow of things. So I'm not doing it like 100% like I would trade, but like if you're learning a new strategy, like when I was, first starting out with learning futures and stuff, I would try to like practice to get in and out. Or if I'm trying to like trade a penny stock and practice with penny stocks, I would just like kind of buy the ask, sell the bid. Again, it's not going to be perfect like it would, in the real world. It's paper trading is not going to be perfect, but it's still, you get in the rhythm of it, practicing with it. And then what we tell people is then slowly go slow, scaling it up with real money. So paper trading is not going to be 100% like the real world, right? But it gives you a decent enough. It's pretty decent to get in the flow of it, right? If you're going to buy normally 1,000 shares, buy 1,000 shares, right? And then realize if your order gets filled right away in paper trading, it's not. It's probably going to take a few seconds or so in the real world, right? That's why you start slowly scaling up with, if you start off, going to trade with 1,000 shares, start off with 100 share block, then go to 250 shares, then to 500, then to 1,000, right? So you get into the rhythm in the real world and how it works. Dwayne, you're hilarious. Gang signs. I don't think I have one. Can I do a gang sign? I would just do this. I don't know what that is, but the BB team is great. Thanks, Dwayne. Love it. You follow Tim? Cool. Tim is the man. You hate Thinkorswim? I mean, depending on what trading strategy that you're doing. If you're doing things like options, Thinkorswim for if you're trying to trade penny stocks or you want editable hotkeys, stuff like that, not the greatest. If you're trading options, swing trading, doing futures, pretty good. Their charting is just great. I love their charting. I love the way their charts is. That's just me though. But again, it's a matter of your trading style. If you're trying to do like penny stocks and low floaters, then you might want to do something like Speed Trader or Lightspeed or Interactive Brokers, Paper trading gives you flawless execution. That is very true. Yeah, there is a delay, Dwayne. You have great comments. I love them. Yes, there is. There is a delay on YouTube. Feel the rhythm, feel the ride. It's bobsled time. Charting is everything, guys. That's why I keep trying to tell you guys in all the videos, all these things. Trading is not gambling. Charting is not gambling. This is real stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, like anything in life, of course it's going to be gambling. But it's like I try to tell people, over and over is that you can't, all the buying and selling in the world of a stock or any type of security or the markets in general, it leaves the battle, right? It's the battle of the bulls and the bears. They fight and they duke it out, right? And then every single day, they leave a clue on a chart, right? Those clues are candlesticks. Candlesticks form patterns. Those patterns form important support and resistance levels and show you potential areas on where to buy and where to sell. They are not foolproof. They're very, they're more often than not accurate, but they're not foolproof. And then it's a matter of what time frame you're doing them on, right? Remember that you might be a long-term trader. There's other people that day trade and swing trade, and that affects everything. But when you put it all together, there's clues, there's charts right there, so it's not hocus pocus, right? The stuff that you can learn as a trader, I would bet money that, the stuff that you learn with the patterns and the clues from the stock charts would be more than most financial advisors know. I'd bet money on it that most financial advisors don't understand the charts. Because if they do, they wouldn't have you in risky funds when the market's about to tank on you because it's super overextended. They move your funds, keep you safe, wait for pullbacks, go risky again. It's common sense. That's why I wish I knew mutual funds. I don't yet. Eventually, I'd like to, so then I can learn it. And then who knows how many people will hate me at that point if I teach you guys that stuff. We'll see. Hopefully hopefully I can get out of self-quarantine. My head is foggy today, guys. Woo, man, I don't know what it is. If the stress or being cooped up, I don't know what it is. I don't think I have a fever. I took it. By the way, I tried this. I got a regular digital thermometer, and then I got a non-contact one. I tried using it on myself just today, just to do my temperature to see, and it doesn't. It's weird. I hit the button and it keeps turning off. I can't figure out how to use this stupid thing. So, how long do I think the market will last acting like the crazy it is right now? That's a great question. The answer is I don't know. The second answer is, the thing that makes the most logical sense is get something that will stop people, a cure for this virus. I think a cure for the virus would be the absolute best thing. A cure for it or for it to die. But and all the stimulus and all of these things, if people are not working and they're afraid of dying every day, that's not good for the stock market. I just lost my shoe. So that's my own opinion, and also we haven't shut down the United States yet. If the United States starts shutting down, guys, that's what, like I said, go back to those videos I showed you. If the United States shuts down, my assumption is the stock market's not going to go up, so, I hate to say it, guys, but unless a miracle happens, that's why I have my hat on. I choose to pray. If you don't pray, have your good vibes or whatever the good juju. I don't know what the words are, not to offend anybody. My choice is prayer, but I'm praying because it's catastrophic right now. And what terrifies me right now is on the SPY, just going off the SPY. If you look at the monthly chart, we are dangerously close to that 100 SMA right now. That's $217. We're very close. And that's on a monthly chart. That monthly chart, that $217 level. If that fails, guys, then my video that I made back in December, those other ones, what I said, watch that black line. I showed you guys, watch that black line on the monthly. That's the 200 simple moving average line. I said, you never want price to fall back down there. We are getting dangerously close to an area and I'd be shocked if we shut the country down and that didn't come about, but that's at around $168, $169. I can only watch the charts. I don't know what it'll do, but I just don't think people are going to just buy and be great when they're worried about dying from a virus and the country of the United States is potentially going to get shut down. I wish I could give you guys better news. I don't have it. I'm just looking right there. My better news is I'm praying for a cure for this so people can get back to work and recover. If people are not working and they're cooped in the house and they're shut in, they're not doing many things, and then it affects people's income. It affects everything, right? And like I was telling you guys at the beginning of this, a $2 or $3 trillion stimulus package helps people. I don't know if that's going to help the markets. Typically, that wouldn't be a good thing for the markets. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see if this guy, he says huge bounce back. I don't know when that is, how he's going to do it. I just would think that we need a cure for this dang thing first. Oh, wow. You guys got quite a bit of comments over here now. All right. Everybody's talking. Sometimes you gamble a little. I use TOS for penny stocks. It's not bad when you use Active Trader. Yeah, it's decent depending what you're doing. If you're trying to get like tons of shares of the low float ones, not as great. But if you're trying to trade like 1,000 share blocks, they're pretty good. You love TD's platform. You worked on a prop desk for 3 years. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of TD. You watch my EMA video and have a good understanding of the 9 EMA. Still trying to understand the 20 and the 50 and the so on. It's basically the same. I don't want to say it's the same things. Those are just very important support and resistance levels. So like when you're riding a trend like that 9 EMA, if you can get a bounce off the 9, it's a really short term like trend riding. So whether it's on a daily, you can use it in whatever time frame you want. If you're a day trader, swing trader, or long-term trader. When price starts failing, now the 20, now you just watch. It's kind of like the support and resistance levels, right? Watch at the 9 when it goes down and it goes to the 20. If it holds the 20 and you have a reversal, then maybe you can possibly get in. But then you look at the 9 above as resistance again, right? Whatever it's support and resistance. When price fails support, the previous level becomes resistance. So if this is the 9 EMA and price falls below it now to the 20, if it holds the 20, the 9 EMA is now resistance, right? The 50 SMA, the 100 SMA, and the 200 SMA, those are support levels. So when you see these, now you see these catastrophic drops. That's why I try to tell people the dips and, hey, the market is just going to recover. You have to look at these other levels because when price, does it hold the 50 SMA? Do you get a reversal? If so, that's great. But now it's got the 20, it's got the 9 above, it's got the other moving average lines to be aware of, if that makes sense. So, the safest is if you get a nice bull flag, pulls back off a 9 EMA and you can ride it on the way up. When it gets messy, you can do the reverse on the way down. You can use the 9 EMA for shorting on the way down, the bear flags, right? Thermometer has the Rona. Yeah, my thermometer is weird. Carnival cruise stock. Are we all going to get rich off Carnival? Let's see. Oh boy, I don't even know if I want to look at that one. That's probably disastrous. Carnival. What is Carnival Cruise Line's symbol? Carnival. It's not pulling up for me. I have to pull that up. Let me know the symbol for that. You're worried about the labor market and finding related work. I'm a vet, so no student debt, but I also have around 8,000 in liquid capital. My advice to anybody right now is if you want anything to do with trading is, especially if you're new, save your money, learn. I can't give any better advice than that. It's learn. You have to learn. There will always, the best thing, don't trade in emotions. The market will bounce back someday. Who knows? Short term, long term, whatever it is. If you miss the bounce up, there's so many different ways that you can make money, but you need the capital for when you're ready. And realistically, it takes 6 months to a year to learn. So if you want to come in and like anybody wants to come and learn trading and think it's going to happen overnight, it's not. I mean, it takes a good 6 months to a year to learn. It's studying an hour to 2 hours every day, practicing, really learning. It takes time. It just does. So in your position, if you have the capital and you can make it through this process, obviously there's a lot of difficult times right now. So any capital you can save, if you can get at least, 8,000 is a good amount of capital. So if you can have that and not have to touch it and you can come back to it in 6 months or a year from now, that's a good position to be in. But obviously I don't know what your situation is, but 8,000 is a really good amount of money to have and can come in very useful if you can just like say, hey, I'm not going to touch this. I'll put this in an account over here and I'm just going to take the next hour. I'm going to study, over the next at least 3 to 6 months, solid an hour to 2 hours a day and learn. Like I said, we have free courses on our site. You don't have to pay us anything if you don't want, and you can learn. Then when you're ready to implement it, then you can join us and see how we implement the stuff live. Oof, you call a bottom of 6,000 for the Dow? Oof. What do you mean by the virus is the needle, Tristan? Oh, Rachel, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Jeez, that is rough. That's what we're here for, Rachel. I mean, we're all in this together. I mean, everybody's situations, again, everybody's circumstances are different. I make a joke at times just to kind of like my way of dealing with things and it's difficult is to be like kind of joke around and like kind of be silly. But yeah, it's rough times for a lot of people. I mean, there's very interesting things, guys, right? Like I've been telling you guys in my videos, it's important to ask questions. Questions are a good thing. My brain has a tendency to ask maybe too many questions, and then people say, hey, you're the crazy guy for asking all those questions, right? So maybe sometimes we could ask too many questions, right? And then it's, hey, that guy's cuckoo. But then there's also middle ground, right? There's also other people that don't ask enough questions, right? I might ask too many questions. And there's other people that don't ask any questions. They say, I don't want to know any of this stuff. I'm just going to live in my little bubble and not know what's going on. And I'm like, hey, I want to know everything that's going on, right? So two opposite ends of this spectrum. And then there's somewhere in between, just guys, going back to this, I'm not the one saying this. If you guys been watching the news conferences and stuff, he's been saying things that I don't know if he's talking real or in code or what, he's been, I feel. Have you been warning us the past few months about this stuff, Mr. President? Back in December, you were calling for negative interest rates when the economy was skyrocketing. It was awesome at all-time highs. You were doing awesome with the stock market. Why were you calling for negative interest rates at the time? Did you think the American people would not look at that and wonder? Did you know that we were going to need negative interest rates? I'd be a good reporter, wouldn't I? He's not answering. Because again, I keep saying to you guys, back in December, he was tweeting it out. This guy, negative interest rates. Stock market was way up here. Now he's saying what? Negative interest rates. Stock market sucks now. Was he warning us? I don't know. That's a question I have because this is not my words. I didn't tweet out in December, negative interest rates. Now is the time. He was tweeting it out. Go back to this tweet history. He was saying it back in December. I was telling people, what the heck is he saying that? I was telling you guys in my videos, why is he saying that? Ask questions. Questions are a good thing, guys. Yeah, so this is a debt bubble, and thus, yeah, guys, he wasn't in office in 2008. Not blaming anybody, but after 2008, the market went on a huge ride. How did it get there? Quantitative easing, QE. Very important. Look it up. Now he's asking for what? Quantitative easing, QE. Very important. Look it up. Ask questions. Again, we may not know events that are happening or when they're going to happen, but the stock charts give us clues. If he knows of events that's coming, he can't hide it from a chart. So if he knew something good or bad is coming, and I'm screaming as just some lowly stock trader, right? I'm just this gambler stock trader. I'm saying, oh, these videos say the stock charts are something's this is scary. And then something happens. I don't know. My question is the stock charts, those people that he might know, right? People trade. So you guys have been seeing some news lately about insider trading. I didn't have those millions and billions doing that stuff. There was people on both sides of the fence that were insider trading that may have seen the stuff coming. So if this guy was maybe warning us a few months ago, and then some people, as Bernie would say, the millionaires and the billionaires, right? If Bernie, is that a good impression? The millionaires and the billionaires, right? If they knew something that he was saying was maybe coming and they dump stuff, they get a heads up. I don't know. There's things that, right? If he sees things coming and he says, hey, if I don't know if he did, right? If he knew a deadly virus is going to take down the stock market sooner than it did, but then he says it, you'd be like a crazy person, right? If I told you a deadly virus is going to crash the stock market tomorrow and we're at all-time highs, you'd think I'm a crazy person. Now, if a president does it, how are people going to react? Think common sense, guys. Separate emotions, whether you like him or not. There's a lot of warnings of this stuff. I don't know if he knew it was coming or not, but there's a lot of weird warnings. Ask questions. Very important. All right. So he did call out the debt bubble as a candidate. He did. Awesome, Tristan. Love to have you. That's awesome. Thank you. Adam says, as a technical trader with about 2 years of experience, I feel like an outsider when I tell employers that I use charts. Is that normal? Given that 60% of volume is dictated by the bots, isn't it just smart? Yeah, we're technical traders, guys. I'm not telling you not to do the fundamentals, right? Fundamental analysis is very important. But the thing you got to remember, if a fundamental analysis or a fundamentalist does the research on a stock and they buy and sell stocks, they leave the clues on the charts. They're doing all the hard work for me. I'm not looking to go long term, but even if I was going to go long term, I look at support and resistance. I'm not saying I don't need to know fundamentals. I know charts. I know when I'm going to get in and get out. So great. All those people, guess what? Apple's an amazing, perfect example. Apple has amazing fundamentals. They're amazing. So I'm going to go put my life savings into Apple right now at $300. How the heck are those people feeling right now? Shitty. Because they didn't what? They didn't know charts. Charts do not lie. And I was saying to people, you'll watch a video. One of my 4 videos I did back in December or January, I was telling people Apple is terrifying where it was there, when it was up over there. Got up to $327. It's at $227. You're down $100 a share, at least on Apple right now, because you bought at resistance. You bought on hype. You bought on the news. It's buy the rumor, sell the news. You don't buy the news. Most new people buy the news because they listen to Kramer or those people or whatever is telling them something. They don't know what the hell a stock chart looks like, and then they blow their life savings. Don't do that. Save your money. What are the levels of support I have after 217 on SPY? Oh God, help us if that happens. Actually, after 217. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. After 217, I'm looking at well, there's the 200 SMA. Lord help us if we go down to there, but that 100 SMA is at 217, 168 or 69 is a 200. Then you got to probably think $200 will be a very important support level because that'll be a huge whole dollar amount. So I'd say after 217, I'd look at 200 and then probably the 200 SMA. It is very scary to see that. Yeah. Good stuff, guys. Well, it's good chat with you guys today. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I'll do my best to keep making these videos. Stay safe, stay strong out there, guys. I know there's a lot going on. So, I'm here more to just keep my social distancing, talk to you guys, keep us all sane as best as we can. If you want to learn, trading or learn the skill set, the best thing I can do is be honest with you, tell you it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work, study, and effort. If you have money and capital, the best thing you can do, if you don't know what to do, save it, put it away, and take, 6 months to the next year and study and learn. If it happens sooner for you, great. Some people can learn in a few months, but a good 6 months to a year, learn. And then who cares if the stock market goes up or goes down? You'll have that money for you can use it whenever you're ready. Just don't rush. Don't rush the process, if that makes sense. All right, guys. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you all later. Enjoy.